Time to hunt.
Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Alien vs. Predator arcade Dutch Schaefer and Lieutenant Linn Kurosawa 2-pack from NECA Toys. That is right, my friends. I've been pretty excited to get to these, and I know they've been out for a little while now. I'm just now getting these opened up, but I've been so excited ever since these were announced because these new figures here are based on the incredibly cool Alien vs. Predator arcade beat-em-up. And I absolutely love NECA's video game figures, and I love that they reached into doing this really unique arcade representation of characters like Dutch here, or like Linn, who we've never had before in an action figure. We've never gotten any toys from this arcade game. So let's jump in and check out this 2-pack. As you can see, the two figures come in a window box, fully showcasing the figures within. You got some great arcade graphics set behind the figures there, and then when you rotate it around to the backside, you just got to look at the figures, as well as some cool little shots of the aliens and predators also in this line. Has a very video game kind of select screen look to it. It's really cool packaging. But let's go ahead and get these guys pulled out of the packaging, and we can get a closer look at them. I will start with the tape measure, so you can see that Dutch here measures about 7 inches tall, while Linn is just shy of 7 inches tall. Really cool looking action figures. I'm gonna go ahead and start by taking a look at Dutch, so we're gonna move Linn off to the side. So, the overall detailing on these is meant to look like the video game. So much like what we've seen NECA do in the past with some of their video game figures, is the paint deco has this very cool, almost pixelated look to it to kind of represent those 16-bit-ish arcade-style graphics. And it works really well on this particular figure. Now, Dutch is really interesting because, of course, we've had movie versions of Dutch before. He looked very different in the arcade game. As you can see, he's got this crazy mechanical arm here, but it's worth noting that it looks like the figure itself, most of the sculpt appears to be the same as the standard movie Dutch figures. So the pants, everything there with the boots, all of that sculpted detail here appears to be the same, going up onto the body. And I'm not entirely sure if the face is the same, just with a different paint deco. I was trying to analyze it to see if I can see a little bit of Arnie in there. He's definitely got a different hair sculpt because he's got like this taller flat top here. And he's just got this very crazy video game deco going on there. So he still has some details, like he's got that nice 5 o'clock shadow there, look at that. But he looks very muddy and dirty. And that's mostly just to try to recreate that very video game look to him. So even though a lot of this reuses some of the movie Dutch parts, we do have some brand new stuff as well, like that mechanical arm that I talked about. It's really crazy looking. It's big and blocky. You can see like some pistons in there, which is really great because the way NECA always does the pistons on figures that have them is they actually function with the articulation. So look at that. When I'm bending the arm at the elbow, you can see how those pistons are actually working. We've got like a nice, really pliable plastic for this cable right here, so it also just kind of folds in where it needs to with the arm. I mean, it's just a really, really cool design, and it looks fantastic. And of course, he's got this extra piece here that also comes up over the shoulder into this backpack type thing here that is attached to his back as well. So it's a very cool looking figure. The newly sculpted pieces work perfect with the pre-existing sculpted parts, and that paint deco is so wild. I absolutely love it. So as far as the rest of his articulation goes, he does have that nice ball-like joint at the top of the neck, so you got a great range of movement in the head there. You got his normal human arm over here, which can go upwards, forwards, and backwards at the elbow. You got a shoulder, bend at the elbow, swivel at the elbow. You do have the ball-like joint at the wrist, it looks like, so it can swivel, it can roll around there, so that's very nice. So that other shoulder for the mechanical arm, it is a ball joint here. It does look like it's hindered a little bit by the shoulder pad that's up there, so it can't go up all the way to the side, but you can still swivel there at the shoulder, and then I showed you how the elbow works, and then you can also rotate the wrist there, which is very, very nice. He does have the torso ball joint there, so you can roll the upper body around, but he also swivels at the waist. Looks like that is also, of course, ball jointed down in the waist, which is very nice. That belt is a separate piece, so it actually covers that joint very nicely. I really like that. Got the nice ball-like hinges at the thighs there, as you can see. great range of motion with the legs going outwards, forwards, backwards, and being able to swivel. You got nice joints at the knees that are hidden with the sculpt. He's got these knee pads over the pants there, which I also think are new for this one. I may be wrong about that, but still it's very nice the way that those really cover that articulation joint. And then you can see the way that the feet are articulated. They've got this nice kind of rock so they can go side to side, they can move up and down, and I love the way they worked that sculpt in with the boots, so it really doesn't break up the sculpt, but the articulation still functions very good. And all the joints are real good and real tight on this guy, so I absolutely love him. Now, one of the other things that's really cool about him is he does include an interchangeable hand for his robo arm. So if you want to, you can remove the closed fist. It just kind of pops right off this little peg right here. And in its place, you can pop on the other hand, which is kind of more of an open hand. So if you'd rather display him with that one, you can do that as well. And then the other thing that we've got is this little blast effect. It's a translucent yellow. It's kind of like a whitish at the bottom and gets more of a deeper yellow as you get towards the tip of the blast. You got a little socket right here that you can plug that into. That way you can pose him as if he's blasting the crazy machine gun on his mechanical arm. It is a really cool effect. And overall, this is a fantastic figure. I absolutely love him. So that's going to bring us over to Linn, who is an entirely new figure as far as I can tell. I love the paint deco on this one as well. Again, capturing that video game look. You can kind of see that with the armor that she's wearing on her chest there, because like you got like these white lines that are meant to look like reflections on there from the light. She's got the bright yellow and orange camo pants, which really makes her pop and stand out. Just an overall very cool looking aesthetic. I love that video game look for these toys. I really do. She's got really unique armor as well because she's got like this armor piece that comes up over her left shoulder. You can see it is a separate piece. It's not part of the arm sculpt. It actually rests over the shoulder. It's attached to the armor there that is over her chest, so that is really cool. Really great face sculpt. Her face sculpt is a lot more clean than the Dutch face sculpt. Let me just bring Dutch in again real quick so you can see him side by side. Like his has this very weird kind of muddy look to it. Hers is much more clean, but it's very nice looking. I love the overall facial sculpt there. I think it's really great. Of course, the hair itself, she's got this long ponytail, which is articulated. That is very nice. So you can swivel that. You can have it just straight down. You can have it out to the sides if you want like a nice windswept look to it. Very, very cool stuff. You can see holstered over here on her right hip, she does have a handheld blaster, which is very cool. And then strapped to her back, she also has a sheath with a nice katana blade in there. So that is very, very nice as well. Of course, she's got an interchangeable hand, so let me show you that real quick. Her right hand is molded, the one that's attached is molded in like a grasping hand, which is perfect for that katana. So if you want to have her holding onto the katana, that's the one you're gonna wanna use for that. With the blaster there, if you want to switch to that, you can actually pop the hand right off at the wrist. You can see it's a small little ball joint there, and you can pop her new right hand on. Just give it a nice kind of press on that ball joint there. There you go, just like so. It might need a little bit of work if it's the first time doing it, but this hand here is molded with a trigger finger, which is going to be perfect for if you want her to hold on to that little blaster there. Now her left hand is kind of more of like an open hand. So unfortunately she can't really hold on to both the gun and the sword at the same time, it doesn't seem. Only her right hand sculpts are molded in a way that she can hold on to any of her accessories. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about our articulation on Linn here. I already showed you how the hair can roll around on the back, which is very nice. She's also got that nice kind of ball joint at the top of the neck there, so the head's got a great swivel. The arms go out to the side. You can see that the shoulder armor over here doesn't really hinder that at all, because this is only about as far as the arms go up anyway. You can also move the arms forwards and backwards. You got a standard bend at the elbow as well as swivels at the elbow, and then you got like those ball joints at the wrist, and you've also got hinges at the wrist there. Looks like I do have an unfortunate paint scuff on her inner forearm there, unfortunately. You can see we can roll all the way around at the waist. She's got a nice ball joint there at her waist. You got the nice ball joints at the thighs, so legs can go outwards. They can move forwards, backwards. Looks like you can swivel here as well. You got really nice joints at the knees, so you can bend the knees forwards and backwards. Again, just like we saw with Dutch, the way that NECA sculpted the pants there. It actually does a great job of hiding that joint, and the knee pads also hide that as well. You can also swivel there at the knees as well. There's no swivel here at the boot cut, so again, you're just coming down to the feet, which are just ball jointed. I've been able to pop the foot off real easy on this one. It's fine, it goes right back in socket, and you can roll the foot all the way around there and slightly move it up and down there as well. And it does seem like it stays in like nice and tight. Like I don't have any problem standing her up or anything like that. So it's just a ball joint. If it pops off on yours, you should be able to pop it right back in pretty easy like on mine. But otherwise, it's a really great range of motion. And again, I love the overall details on this one. I think it's a beautiful sculpt and just really great to get this character in action figure form. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new Dutch and Linn 2-pack based on the Alien vs. Predator arcade game. I think these are fantastic. I think the awesome sculpts are perfect. They look like the video game characters with the really cool paint deco. Articulation seems nice and tight on these guys. All of the parts seem nice and solid, and just really cool action figures. I know a lot of folks are probably going to want to see a comparison time with Dutch and the Movie Dutch figures. Unfortunately, my Movie Dutch figures are in a box right now as I'm redoing my shelves, and I couldn't find them for this video, so I do send apologies for that. But all in all, I do really love these figures. You can pair them up with the two Predators from this line as well, so that way you've got all four of the playable characters from the Alien vs. Predator game. Have them battling some of those new Alien figures, and definitely stay tuned because I'm going to be checking all of those figures out as well. So these are available in stores right now. Places like Target are carrying these in their NECA section, or you can order them online at stores like BigBadToyStore.com. So happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave me a comment to let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.